Welcome to another episode of AFC Fancast. If you are new to the channel, smash that subscribe button like Kolesenak smashes the football. Also drop a like on this video like Arsenal have been dropping points away from home recently. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the disaster at Vicarage Road. We were up against an in-form Watford team at their home. So naturally, Arsene Wenger, being the genius that he is, puts on a weak, experimental team on the pitch full of average players. Other than Lacazette, not a single world-class player was on the pitch for us. And honestly guys, when I saw the team sheet, my head dropped instantly. I knew what was coming. Alexis Sanchez and Ramsey were not even on the bench. Why not? Oh yeah, because they failed to qualify for the World Cup. That is the identity of this club nowadays. Weak management has rubbed onto our players. Our manager walks up to these little girls like Ramsey and gives them time off because they failed in the World Cup qualification process. Really? Ramsey gets a paycheck bigger than his ego to pretend to be a footballer. And now you're telling me he's not even going to do that for us this weekend because he's drowning in his tears? What is this, the Disney Channel or something? You are professional footballers living a dream that millions of us would love to have. Why don't you grow a pair and fight for the club that made you what you are? Enough of the guys who were not on the field. Now let's talk about the guys who were, at least on paper, a part of the match. I'm going to focus on Welbeck, Iwobi, Elneny, and Xhaka. Welbeck, is he the new Ramsey? Because as soon as this guy is out of the wheelchair, Wenger throws him on the field. This guy, on his best day, is bang average. On his off days, however, he makes you question the laws of gravity. Every time the ball goes near him, it seems like gravity shifts and he starts falling over. A trait that, according to Arsene Wenger, is so good that he walks into our club as soon as he's fit. Next up is Alex Iwobi. Now, Iwobi has potential to be a very good player for us in a couple of years. But right now, he just ain't ready. Last season, Wenger frustrated a lot of us by persisting with Iwobi, despite the fact that he was a bit of a defensive liability. This season, we're starting to see more of that trend. And my fear is that if Mesut Ozil leaves, rather than replacing him with a world-class player, which is what we should be doing, Arsene Wenger is just going to gift wrap that role and give it to Iwobi. That's the part that frustrates me. We're going to have another player that doesn't deserve to be in the starting 11 given a permanent role in the team. No accountability, no reason for him to fulfill his potential. Now clearly Iwobi's black magic skills, at least right now, are better than his footballing skills because I cannot tell why he keeps going back into our starting 11. Next up, Elneny. He's exactly what we paid for. He's not a star, he's very inconsistent, and not capable of influencing the game. He can, once in a while, get the job done defensively because he's a bit more disciplined than some of our other midfielders. But him alongside Xhaka just has not worked out. In fact, nobody alongside Xhaka has worked out. So let's talk about Xhaka. He's been on the wrong end of a lot of our goals conceded this season. In the past, he's been fortunate enough to have Ramsey alongside him on the field. And as we all know, Ramsey plays most of the match out of his normal position. So he can be blamed for a lot of the teams streamrolling our midfield. Well, that was not the case in this match. And when Watford grabbed the winner, Xhaka's movement was comparable to a dead mouse. It seemed like he was a spectator who paid thousands of dollars for a real-time close view of a Premier League match. The only thing that he was missing was popcorn. I mean, come on, man. We are the Arsenal Football Club. Where's the fight? Why are our players standing around in crucial moments of the match? Let me tell you why. Because they can. Because they know no one is going to hold them accountable for this. They can afford to be bad and still make millions because the lack of accountability has deep roots at this organization now. It starts all the way at the top. The owner, the board, they don't hold the manager accountable for the results. he in return lets the players have the same benefits. Okay, so imagine if this was how this was happening at Chelsea or Manchester United. At Chelsea, the owner would rip the manager a new one. And at United, the manager would have his hand in the guts of his players. There's no desire to succeed at Arsenal Football Club. This club is just going through the motions and grabbing our money. But you know what? That's just a part of the problem. The other part of the problem is the fan base. There's a significant portion of our fan base that's okay with what's going on right now. I know there's the Wenger out crowd and people who want Stan Kroenke gone, but they are still the minority. The majority of the fans are still 100% behind the madness that's going on. I've seen people use excuses like, oh, look at Chelsea. We're tied with Chelsea. Here's the thing. Chelsea are having a bad season so far. Is that going to be our standard to match the off season of top teams? Is that the new Arsenal Football Club? The club that's going to be at the same level as an out-of-form Chelsea? Well, guess what? If Chelsea don't turn this around, Conte is going to be dispatched back to Italy. They have an owner who gets it. He won't settle to be the third best team in the league. Is there any chance of that happening at Arsenal? If you think there is, then compare yourself to Chelsea. But we all know that ain't happening. So please, for the sake of God, stop leaning on to the Chelsea situation and justify the blunders of this club. We are in deep trouble here, right? We have a manager who's finished, and we don't have anyone at this organization willing to put him out of this misery. Anyways, I'm going to end it with that rant. See you guys in the next episode. Please subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. Peace.